everybody, welcome back to the Soapy Cauldron. Today I'm going to be restocking a very popular soap based off of Lavender Brown, which in the 6th book is, for a very short period of time, Ron's girlfriend. And this actually is going to be an updated version. I'm going to be trying a new technique in the swirl. It's called a hanger swirl. I've never done that before. I went in the closet and I broke up a hanger for this, so hopefully it works. And then I'm also using a new fragrance for this. It's still mostly lavender, but I'll just be totally honest. And when I make these, I usually just use what I have in my pantry, and I didn't have enough lavender to make the whole batch. So I'm using lavender, ylang-ylang, bergamot, chamomile, what else is in there? It has neroli, it has a bunch of things, but it's still mostly lavender. So I just made enough to make a full batch. And actually, speaking of a full batch, this is gonna be the first time I'm making a double batch. So I'm gonna make 2 loaves at one time. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but lavender is by far my most popular soap, so I need to start making more of it. So I'm gonna make 2 batches tonight. Well, 1 batch, 2 bars, loaves. But anyways, so if you want to watch how I do it, stick around. All right, so it's time to get the soaping process started. The first thing I'm going to do is grab my stick blender, and I'm going to pour the lye water and a little bit of kaolin clay right down the stick blender to prevent any air bubbles from forming. And I see a ton of kaolin clay at the bottom, so I'm going to have to scrape that out. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I got these really cool new fun spatulas from Williams-Sonoma. Super excited about them. So I'm just gonna scrape the rest of this kaolin clay with my new spatula into the soap. And then we'll blend that all up. Good. I'm trying to keep it super runny because I don't know what these fragrance oils are going to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this big bowl of batter and I'm going to split it off into 2 smaller bowls to make white and purple. Okay, got my 2 bowls here, so let's see if I can pour off this batter as evenly as possible. So set that off to the side. All right, so now we have our 2 bowls of batter. Okay, and then to this one, I'm going to add titanium dioxide mixed with water, and that should turn it a nice white. And in this one, I'm going to add a purple, which is by Nurture Soap. It's called Orchid Purple, and it's a very, very pretty purple color. So I'm gonna add 2 good sized scoops of this into this batter. 1 and 2. Okay, let's see what that does for us, and I'll set off the titanium dioxide off to the side. And we'll work with this one first. Mix the white up. Okay, I mixed a little bit more titanium dioxide and water because that was not even close to being white. So let's try this again. Okay, that is so much better. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take both of these and I am going to hand stir in the fragrance oil, and then I'm going to pour them into my molds. So this is the fragrance oil blend. I'm just gonna pour half in this one and then half in this one. And I'm not really sure what this is gonna do as far as like how it's gonna work in the batter, but I hope it does okay. And then I'm gonna pour them into my molds and try out my new hanger swirl. So wish me luck. Okay, I have my molds in place. I have my batter ready. So all I'm gonna do is take turns adding the white and the purple into each one. So we'll start with the white since it's right here. It's just gonna be white and white. And then a purple next. And some more purple. Okay, the one thing I'm going to do before I start the hanger swirl is to bang this to get all the air bubbles, because I can see some of them coming to the top. I don't know if y'all can see all the little bubbles. So I'm gonna bang this and then we'll start the hanger swirl. Okay, I got my hanger that I robbed from the closet, and this is all they say you have to do. So you put it in and you swirl it around like this. Pretty straightforward. Okay, and then we'll do this one, same thing. Okay. And that supposedly is it. And if you've ever seen this soap before, you know the last step that I do is I put real lavender buds all across the top. So I have that here, and I'm pretty sure I just got this at Michael's. It's really nothing fancy or special, but it's just real lavender buds I'm gonna put down the center of the soap. And it just adds a little something extra. So I'm gonna pour them into my hand because it's easier to sprinkle that way, and just sprinkle them right in the middle down the top of the soap. Okay. We are done. I just have to spritz it with rubbing alcohol, but we are done. I can't wait to cut it and see how that hanger swirl turned out. So stay tuned for that.